To be able to go up to one of these great character actors and go, hey man, we need you to lie on the floor for the entire shoot. And we're gonna cover you up in blood. And if you don't mind, when we move the cameras around, we're gonna be stepping on you every now and then. I hope that's cool with you.
There were a few incidents where things were getting flung around the room. There's a lot of throwing in Saw, like throwing photos back and forth, throwing the hacksaw. And there was a couple of times when things would land sort of too close for comfort. That wasn't good.
First day it took about an hour and a half. Second day it took about 45 because we knew what we wanted. And James had passed on the thing. And then the third day it took about, I don't know,
40 minutes?
10 minutes.
We were on that set, trapped in that bathroom, chained to the wall for 7 days. We had a little nail that opened the manacle. One day they put a nail in there that was a little larger than the orifice it was supposed to go into, and I spent much of lunch in the bathroom while everyone else was eating. That was a good little bit of method for me, you know, get a sense of the being trapped. It was a little nerve-wracking, you know, especially when the props guys are going, I don't know, maybe should we try this?
A lot of people think that the hacksaw actually cut through the foot, but not at all. We turned the blunt side of the hacksaw down, so Kerry would actually be using that side to saw his foot. And literally, you run a tube behind the blade, and basically from the tube, you just pump blood into it, and that's all it was.
I did actually cut my leg when I did that, even though they blunted the hacksaw. James was yelling at me, faster, faster. And I was like, well, that makes sense. I mean, I think I would definitely be doing it faster if I wanted to get this thing done. And before long, I felt this twinge of ow. and before you know it, the fake glucose blood was mixing with the real thing. But it was just a small cut. It's nothing. Here, you can see it there. There you go. There, an acting exercise.
And because we'd shot it in sequence, we were doing the ending on the last day, and we pretty much had to get it all in one take, so it's always good to have everyone just going, all right, just get this right.
Because if you don't get it right, we're moving on.
Yeah, we're moving on.
That's it. No, that was definitely the funniest thing, trying to shoot around the set that was being torn down as we were filming. We were trying to beat it before the production crew started tearing down the set. It was like Roger Corman.
So you're sitting there weeping on the floor, and then someone yells cut, and then you like look up and the walls are coming off and everything, and it's like, yep, that's great, let's move on.
We had written that this guy is caught in this trap by Jigsaw, and these drills come alive and they're gonna go into the guy's head. So we spoke to our special effects guy, and he said, well, I can make fake drill tips.
Glue sticks with just aluminum foil on them, and when they're spinning around, they look just like these. Just going nice and slow, and the two drills are going to go through the person's head and meet.
The movement of the drills towards the guy was done by hand, so we had total control of that movement. And the way the track was built, it could only go so far.
And you have to figure out a way how to stop this machine, which is unstoppable. And the guy has a gun on him and decides he's going to blow the drill bits apart. It's basically a body squib inside of a steel container. Put the stuff inside the cap that you want to make it look like pieces of drill bit. You'll get sparks and everything flying out of you. It's not like, wah, you know, like dragon's breath or something.
The razor wire stunt was actually pretty straightforward. Like, the razor wire themselves were just rubber. They look very dangerous on screen, but they're not. They were plastic and they were very safe. And once again, you know, to help sell the illusion that the thing was a lot more painful than it actually was by undercranking the camera. When I undercrank the camera, it speeds everything up. And sound, you know, when you put sound on top of it, it just really just sells the whole illusion. The jaw trap was built for me, you know, by a really great special effects house here.
Now, the original jaw trap was made in Australia, and it was much bigger and much heavier, and like didn't actually work. This one here really is hero because it does actually rip open. It's made out of aluminum, so it's much lighter, so you can wear it around your head, and you can see an actress's face even though this is this wide. If it was as big as the other one, you know, you'd be looking at like this.
They use compressed air to basically blow the thing open.
Nitrogen ram opens up this jaw going in both directions. We used a little pyro device inside the blaster head to boot, so at the same time that Charlie pushed the button to open this up, I pushed the button and blew the head apart.
That sequence consists of 2 shots. First, the throwing it down, and then it blowing up. It blowing up was just literally running a tube from the jaw trap to a compressed air device, and they just literally just blow it off camera, and the whole thing just pops open. Which we had to shoot first. We had to shoot the thing popping open first, because if we had done the shot where the guy threw the jaw trap onto the floor, we would have busted the device. So these are the kind of stuff you have to think about when you're making these sort of films, because you only have one prop and you have to make it work, and you cannot screw it up. If you screw it up, there's no chance of coming back to it again.
The car chase scene is poor man's process, which is the way we used to do it in the old days. And basically, poor man's process is you bring a car into a dark building and you turn off all the lights and you only light the people inside, and you have somebody running alongside back and forth with a light to emulate street lights going by, and you put another light facing them on a stand and you rotate it through and it looks like headlights, and you get 2 big grips in the back with some sticks under the car pushing on the sticks, and it gives the movement to the car.
The film is such a dead-on serious film, with everyone going nuts around us, right? And it's such a bleak and almost sadistic film, right? That once the camera cuts, right, the behind-the-scenes stuff is so light and happy. Everyone's just laughing all the time. It is nothing like the actual film at all.
I think there's a point in time where you have to get serious, and there's a point in time where you clown around.
It's been wonderful so far. The script is really intense. I think it's going to work. And Cary and his subtle ways.
This is going to make nothing.
You trust him with the weapons?
It's like a kid in a candy store.
Do you trust him with the weapons, Lee?
Yeah!
Do you trust James with the weapons?
We did a lot of things to keep the set light.
This is the new fall collection. It's called Downgraded.
Tease each other and do impressions and things like that.
Cary would bust out with his Marlon Brando impersonation every chance he gets. He does the most spot-on Michael Caine, I kid you not. And Lee, well, Lee just does everyone. And, put those 2 together, and oh man, it was just hysterical.
I like to joke around too.
They played a few tricks on me.
My general philosophy on filmmaking is that it's way too hard what we do, and so we really need to be having a good time doing it.
They put cream cheese in my car so that when I went to open the handle of my door, there was cream cheese in my hand. I never got that. It took me weeks to get that.
Cary was very conscientious and really into the story, and he loved to tweak the script on a daily basis. So one day we decided we were going to get even with Cary for his revisions. And it was the day that we were in the interrogation room in the police station, and we decided we were going to write new pages for the scene.
And the scene just did not make any sense at all, and it just freaked Cary out. Cary was like, hang on a second, my character would not do this.
My second AD comes to me on the set. She goes, you got to get in there. You got to tell him it's just a joke, because he's going to go nuts. And at that point in time, all of us, we couldn't keep it together anymore. We all started laughing, and he's looking at us. He goes, what? I said, you didn't really think we were going to film those pages, did you? So, somewhere out there, Cary Elwes is still waiting to get me, but it was worth it.
I owe him a couple of things. Yeah. So I hope to work with him again soon.
It was so much fun shooting the film, actually, Not fun for me. I was tearing my hair out, but it was fun for everyone else. When we were cutting the film, I realized there were certain crucial scenes. Like there's the scene where Ken Leung's character, Detective Singh, gets shot. We never have that. We don't have the shot of him getting hit, falling onto the floor. I mean, that's a big chunk of the film missing there. So I called my director of photography up. I said, do you think you'd be able to pull in a really small crew and basically sneak back out there and shoot cutaways such as the close-ups of Shoney's hands sifting through the guts, like the 3-4 close-ups we did for that? Those were Lee's hands, by the way, which was why the hands look a bit more masculine. Shot of Ken flopping onto the floor. that was Lee dressed up as Ken. There's a great shot in the film where, in the scene where Detective Singh walks through the door with his shotgun up in front of him, right? In the widescreen version, his head's actually cropped, so you don't actually see the face, but in the full frame one, the crop has been removed, so you see it's actually, you could actually see Lee's face coming through the doorway. I'm like, guys, we shouldn't be doing this. It's a completely different actor. What's going on here? The guy from the bathroom's now a cop? What's going on? It doesn't make sense.